How's it going? It's a big night here on the road to the Showdown. As we're going to be locking in a few people and eliminating some more. As tonight we've got an epic night of action. 4 bouts on the docket in our second to last day before we're at the Showdown. It's gone on for a full month nearly now of pure wrestling content. We're on day 25. It's insane. 26 tomorrow, 27 and 28 to round out the tournament. We've basically had a full month of content. And this is where we step up into the big show. As tonight, The Rock takes on Seth frickin' Rollins in our opener. From there, Gunther versus Kurt frickin' Angle. Stephanie Vakir and Chelsea Green in action. And then our main event, it's Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez. An epic night of action, as we say. Ahead of us, speaking of epic, our opener, The Rock versus Seth frickin' Rollins. A lot at stake here for Rollins. And The Rock coasting to a perfect record if he can win here tonight. Let's go with the opener. Live from Tampa, Florida. The Brahma Bull. Here to electrify the masses. As the people's champ.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Miami, Florida. Weighing in at 275 pounds. The Rock!
Looking to go perfect in the Showdown qualifiers. 7 matches, 6 wins. One more tonight to get 7 out of 7. Dwayne has been simply phenomenal in every aspect of this tournament. And considering he is, well, the people's champ, he is with the only star that's stepped up that isn't a champion. And, well, a win tonight eliminates his opponent from qualification. As tomorrow night, the division should be wrapped up. Every division should be wrapped up. But this man could potentially cause some havoc with a count-out victory. As the architect, the visionary, the revolutionary, Seth frickin' Rollins has a job to do. And it's to shut down The Rock.
And his opponent from Davenport, Iowa. Weighing in at 217 pounds. Seth freaking Rollins!
Rollins has been up and down in this tournament, really. The architect trying to lay the building plans for qualification tonight. The win and he's in. Anything else, and everything hits the fan. Essentially, what a win would do is gain him a top 4 seeding. It would potentially also eliminate AJ Styles and Samoa Joe, but that won't be guaranteed until tomorrow. But as we say, Seth needs to win if that's to happen. Insanity could strike if it is a count-out win, because he's currently sat on 7 points. Count-out victory, he's up to 9. And then we are guaranteed tiebreakers tomorrow, because you cannot separate Samoa Joe and AJ Styles from 9. They've finished the tournament in terms of normal, regularly scheduled battles. If Rollins does win by countout, that does mean that we're getting a triple threat match. Garen goddamn teed. Awfully. After that, we then have to be concerned about Kenny Omega's efforts tomorrow. He is in a bout against the Demon, a man already qualified, as is The Rock, for the Showdown. And we know that this tournament has provided some crazy bouts. And tonight we are going to be seeing some lock-ins happen. We're guaranteed a few eliminations as well along the way. It's going to be pretty prolific if the show pans out as expected. Taking the focus onto this one, The Rock is dominating the early goings, working over Rollins, and he's busted open Seth here. Up and down, nice stalling suplex. Causing Rollins a bit of problems. But Rollins cooked, planted down with that one. And The Rock applying the pressure. Strikes coming through. Pretty clean with the offense here is Dwayne. But Seth turning it around a little bit. A nice running knee. Connecting to the side of the jaw of The Rock. It does drop him down for a 1 count, as Rock has not been knocked unconscious just yet. A pinfall attempt. That should be a rope break. Not going to count it. Our referee tonight, Kevin. Trying to keep the matches fair, fast, and realistically at the highest level possible. As Dwayne and Rollins giving us a tip-top performance. This nice kick to the body there. I thought maybe Seth was going to go high with a super kick. In the end, he just opts to drive the knee into the skull instead. You have to feel he may be setting up for that Revolution knee. As Dwayne fights off Rollins, back to a vertical base though as both men. Rollins carrying The Rock into the corner, but can't get him there. And now The Rock takes a hold of Rollins, drops him with a DDT. And now the People's Champion, looking maybe sharpshooter. Rollins pushes him off. Starts to work over the arm. It's Dwayne in trouble. Just the hands of Rollins just wrenching away at the face. Just trying to claw at the cheeks and the eye sockets. Rollins not able to get much done here as The Rock sends him running. Leapfrog over him. Missing with a back elbow. Rollins holds onto the ropes and then gets caught. Leaping lariat from The Rock. And now a vicious combination of strikes, continuing to bludgeon Rollins. As Dwayne keeps on going, keeps on ticking. Lining up Rollins. But what's he going for? Ducking down, though, and missing. Is the actual answer, and Rollins now in control. Up, down, tries to drop that forearm. Misses, and The Rock comes through with a big-time lariat. Pinfall attempt here, and you can see the blood by the left eye of Rollins. Just trickling down his face. Feeling the wrath of The Rock here. Who we know Sets up for the big time offense. Lining Rollins up. Nice backbreaker there. But it's a setup for the most electrifying move in all of sports entertainment. The People's Elbow. Planted into the heart. And now potentially the heart of the competition getting eliminated. As Rollins feeling the wrath of The Rock here. Dwayne keeping it up. Hooks the legs up. It's sharp shooter time. Rollins in danger. Could be forced to tap. Isn't going to as Dwayne breaks the hold. But it's a setup. The second elbow pad's gone for the second most electrifying move in all sports entertainment. The People's Elbow, but it misses. Rollins avoids it. Tries to kick the gut of The Rock, but misses. As Dwayne quicker to the punch. Lines up Rollins. Straight over with that neck breaker. The Rock leaping from that second rope with that shoulder block. Failing to connect now as Rollins lines him up. Gun stun across that top rope. Through with a sling blade as well. And Rollins, he's fighting back. He's staying alive in this match. If he keeps Dwayne out here and he breaks the count for himself, it could be insane. As Rollins, the double underhook, brings The Rock down with a pedigree. Sends him in. Oh my. A 6 count here. The Rock fighting back. Rollins catching him. We're up to a 8 count. Rollins quickly back into the ring. No. A 9. And the unthinkable is about to happen. The perfect record of The Rock's gone. And we're getting a triple threat match. Guaranteed. In a tiebreaker situation. I mean, it writes itself. It just does. The miracle, the prophecy has been fulfilled. We are seeing AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, and Seth freaking Rollins competing again tomorrow night.
Here is your winner, Seth freaking Rollins.
If Omega loses tomorrow as well, it's a fatal 4-way for the last 2 spots. And I don't know how we will settle that. Because we can't have 2 winners. Oh my days. Okay, I will need to consult tiebreaker ruling. Because essentially what will happen, I think, is... So, okay, we'll talk about it now, but basically, this is hypothetical. If Omega loses tomorrow, and there is still that uncertainty as to if he will qualify due to his match being against the Demon in the Battle of the Bullet Club, essentially, what can happen is, can he in a so it'll be a fatal 4-way. The winner of the match qualifies to the showdown in 3rd seed. The person who is pinned... Actually, no, we will do an Iron Man match. The top 2 with the most falls will win. And it won't be a normal Iron Man, it'll be something bizarre. Anyway, with that in mind, we move to our second bout of the evening. And our second bout of the evening is... Forgive me, I have the hiccups. The second bout of the evening is a massive one because we will know a lot more about the Pink League after tonight. And when I say that, I mean either everyone will be qualified or we're going to insane tiebreaker situations like what we've now got in the Green League. Oh boy. Don't want to miss it. Because right now, Gunther puts his spot on the line against Kurt Angle. Let's get talking about this division. A loss for Gunther is great for everyone else.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing Imperium from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds,
Gunther, with a win, reaches the magical 12 points. Tomorrow night, Roman and Randy will be battling it out. One of them will guarantee qualification. The other enters that miserable tiebreaker situation alongside Ospreay. Regardless of if Gunther wins. And if Gunther wins, we get a second triple threat match tomorrow night. The card's stacking up heavily. And I'm really looking forward to calling the action as we welcome the Olympic gold medalist. Nothing on the line for him tonight, but he's still here to perform.
and his opponent from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, weighing in at 237 pounds, Kurt Angle.
Angle has had a torrid time of things in this tournament. Did manage to pick up a victory in his last match, but it was a nothing match for him. Tonight, going at it again. Can get to 7 points and finish, I believe, in 6th in this division. Which isn't a bad thing considering he really has been unproven in IPW outside of the underground, which the majority of his matches have been all submission. Tonight, going toe-to-toe with Gunther. They tie up in the center. Both ring generals, masters of their craft, and Gunther out quick with the strike. The ring general, we know, can be disrespectful to his opponent. We know how very potent his offense can be as well. These two realistically can bring the same style of play. Both have that explosive offense. The power bomb from Gunther. The Olympic slam from Kurt. Both having tier 1 submissions to rear naked choke for Gunther. And the ankle lock for Kurt. Kurt, obviously, Olympic gold medalist for wrestling. Has the ability to control the mat and really just dominate with his craft. Gunther, a solid technician of his own. Potentially an unsung, an underdog in terms of the mat game. In most people's eyes, he's not considered a top tier grappler, but he brings pure aggression, his striking game prolific, and that's what he's bringing to this tournament. Now, obviously, as these two chain wrestle, battle for position. Position is obviously on the line here for Gunther. And honestly, the more matches, the merrier tomorrow. We are hoping to see 6 matches at least. If Gunther obviously wins, we will be getting that. Regardless of how the other divisions shape up. We're already guaranteed a tiebreaker match in the Green League tomorrow. And it does force me to have to make 2 new match graphics. Or 4 technically in total. Dependent on how things shift. Now tomorrow in the Pink League, you are getting a pretty big battle. As we mentioned it already, Randy versus Roman. We're unsure of which of those two will be in the triple threat situation. We are, however, wondering how big of a match it will be. But could you imagine Roman, after dominating the first 4 rounds in the Pink division, since losing to Michaels, he's really been on that downward spiral. And if he isn't able to qualify because he loses his last 3 bouts, that would honestly be very insane. But as we continue to watch on, Gunther currently getting the better of Angle. Trying to look, maybe Walls of Jericho has it in, locked in deep. Sitting back on it. Angle fighting out of it. Forces a pinfall here. Referee getting into position, not going to be able to count it. Kurt firing back with a combination of his own. Nice takedown. Goes for the pin. Gets a 1 count. And now the straps come down. Angle fired up. Potentially looking to line up his opponent for the ankle lock. It's in deep. Gunther, it's actually going to be pulled back on. Will Gunther tap out? No. When Angle sits back like that, typically speaking, it's really hard for the opponent to get out of it. Speaking of getting out of it, he does not move out the way of that moonsault from the second turnbuckle. Gunther, he's feeling the wrath of Angle, who's looking at an Olympic slam, cannot connect. The T-Rex dropkick from Gunther misses as well. And now Kurt back in control. Angle firing back. Gunther back to his feet. Not going to be able to connect. Instead, sent running. Angle through with a kitchen sink. Brings down Gunther, who's crawling back to the corner. The Olympic gold medalist staying on top of his opponent. He's wise to do it. Kurt, I think, Some people kind of hoping Kurt wins tonight. The likes of Ospreay, Roman, and Randy. Those three in particular really hoping for a Kurt Angle victory. They want their qualification guaranteed. But obviously, qualification might be guaranteed. Seeding will not be. As it stands, it's probably not going to be guaranteed for a while, because Gunther is in control of this battle. A big time splash connects, flattening the Olympic gold medalist. And Gunther lines him up now. What could he be potentially looking for? As Kurt slowly gets to a vertical base, hooks him up, and I think Kurt's going for a ride. The power bomb, and he crumples him up for the 2, and Kurt kicks out. Gunther caught again. Angle missing with that moonsault. And now Gunther fighting back, but Angle picks the ankle again. Oh, he's not going to go ankle lock instead. Just punishing the leg of Gunther. Just causing him havoc. Locks in the figure 4. Not going to get him to tap just yet, but it's still damage to that left leg of the ring general. Gunther could potentially be in trouble, but as he lines up Kurt here, Kurt drop down, takes down Gunther, and the ring general in trouble as his ankle is prime target here for Angle, who's lining him up. What could he be thinking? Oh, he was thinking ankle lock. Unable to get it. Gunther sends Kurt running, hits him with a back elbow. And Gunther is getting back into the swing of this match. Kurt could have cost himself the victory. The big boot in the corner. A hell of a kick from Gunther, who once again lines up Kurt here. Kurt, arm drag takedown. Has a hold of the Austrian man. The big Austrian who's really now in trouble. Stuck in no man's land. Kurt thinking avalanche Olympic slam. Sends Gunther to the mat. And now lines up the ring general as the ankle's picked again. Kurt has it in deep. The ankle lock applied. Gunther fights out, barely escaping through with the T-Rex dropkick, putting Kurt down. You have to probably feel Gunther feeling the effects. That left leg must be in so much pain. I'm surprised he's able to walk. But Gunther staying active, staying dominant in this match. Has Kurt stuck, being choked across that top turnbuckle with the boot. Angle in trouble. The choke locked in on the outside. Gunther just looking to make Kurt tap out here. And he does. But guess what? It doesn't matter on the outside. Angle can happily tap because Gunther's forced to break it. Bear in mind, Gunther knows he needs a 3-point victory in order to qualify. But as he watches on, Kurt up at a count of 7. Kurt doesn't need to return to the ring. Does do so, though. Shows great sportsmanship in that regard. But I'm afraid he's going to keep the pressure on as again the ankle lock locked in, that left leg being ripped apart. And the Olympic gold medalist ends Gunther's chance of qualifying. And we're down to everyone being qualified in the Pink League. A massive victory here for Kurt. Where was this when it mattered more for him? But tonight, he locks in and shuts down the ring general, who now is sent home, sent packing after that monstrous comeback. He has yeet his last tar in this tournament. But 3 men now haven't yeet their last tar as well. The Pink League sees everyone qualified as Shawn Michaels sits atop of this division for now. Randy Orton and Roman Reigns have a chance to upset him. Actually, I don't know if they can. I need to check records. But we're not here to do that tonight. That'll be tomorrow, where we can talk the stakes of the final matchup in this division, which is Randy versus Roman. A 1st/2nd seed battle there. And then we will potentially have a tiebreaker bout between Will Ospreay. Well, we will have a tiebreaker situation between 2 stars. We're guaranteed it in the Pink division regardless. For 2nd, 1st, 3rd, and 4th, they're all going to be in tiebreaker situations regardless of how it turns out. But that's not until tomorrow. We've saved ourselves at least 1 match. So we're only down to 5 guaranteed bouts tomorrow. But a division that's in need of separation, with 2 stars qualified. A 3rd could be joining them if Stephanie Vakir wins tonight. Anything else, and things get nutty. We'll find out if that will happen. She takes on probably my favorite name to pronounce in this tournament. Stephanie Vakir. It's not Stephanie Vakir. Chelsea Green takes on Stephanie Vakir in a moment's time. I just need to prep the match for you to watch and enjoy, as I am also doing the exact same thing. Without further ado, let's get into our co-main event of the evening. Vakir Green, hitting your screens now. Let's talk positions. Once Stephanie's name's been announced.
The following contest is scheduled for 1 fall. Making her way to the ring from San Fernando, Chile, Stephanie
Vakir currently sat on 10 points, tied alongside Alexa Bliss. A win qualifies her to the Showdown in 3rd. That leaves 4th place up for grabs. But in terms of that setup, tomorrow night we will be getting Rhea versus Liv. Essentially, what's important about that matchup is if Rhea wins, she gets to 12 points. And her opponent here tonight, obviously for Vakir, if Green wins, she gets to 12.
And her opponent from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Chelsea Green.
Now, the fact of the matter is, there is 4 women left to qualify in this Gold League. We said goodbye last night to Mercedes Moné, but Chelsea Green, a win gets her to 12 points. She is not locked until tomorrow's match if she is victorious. A similar situation for Vakir tonight. If she loses, she is not eliminated, as she will sit on the same amount of points as Alexa Bliss. Tiebreaker situation there. But here's the thing. The weird dealio is there is a potential for a tiebreaker matchup in this division. If by some chance Liv Morgan wins tomorrow via countout, we'll have a 10-10 split. 10-10-10 split, I should say, between Vakir, Bliss, and Rhea. Obviously, if Chelsea wins if Vakir wins tonight by countout, she'll go to 12 points. Rhea wins tomorrow night, she'll be on 12. There'll be another weird situation there where a tie-breaking rule will break up that positioning. There's basically potential for tie-breaking ruling across this entire division, and it's going to be insane. Now, obviously, the way to avoid all tie-breaking situations is essentially if a count-out victory happens in this match for either woman. Actually, no. A count-out win for Chelsea would get, basically, Vakir onto 11. It would eliminate Alexa if Rhea wins. No, if Rhea loses. It's weird. Essentially, if Green wins by count-out, it would get her to 11 points. Vakir would... Oh, it's impossible. It's impossible to avoid tie-breaking ruling in this division, I'm realizing it. Purely just how the points have spread out between these 4 stars. Essentially, a loss for Rhea keeps her on 9. Okay, I'm trying to think of this the best way possible. Actually, no, there is a way to avoid it. Rhea wins by count-out. She gets to 11 points. If Green wins, she goes to 12 points. No, Vakir needs to win here tonight. She gets to 13 points. Rhea wins tomorrow by count-out. She gets to 12 points. Green stays on 9. And Bliss stays on 10. That is how you avoid tiebreaker ruling in this division. Yes, it does take some time to think about how the possibilities that can happen. Because there's quite a few that have to be decided by tiebreaker, bar that one. Every other situation has to have a tie-breaking decision because of just how close it has been in this division. The fact that we'll end up in 90% of the situations with a tie-breaking ruling is insane. Now, in this situation, the way it's looking right now, a count-out victory for Green would result in her getting to 11 points. She would also be tied with Stephanie. Due to this match, how it would turn out, Stephanie would lose out in a position. So Green qualifies, technically speaking. Actually, yeah, she is qualified now for the Showdown, based on tie-breaking ruling. Now, there is a chance that... Actually, no, she isn't qualified. What am I on about? Alexa Bliss is now eliminated from the Showdown. That is confirmed. There's no ifs or buts about it. Unfortunately, Bliss no longer going to be at the show, as these two split the points. Two countouts, one evening of epic action. We're keeping tiebreakers alive, and situations getting more and more insane. But Green's win and Vakir's loss keep them in qualification deadlock. The tiebreaker sits in favour of Chelsea Green now, but she's still not confirmed to be attending the live event until tomorrow's match with Rhea Ripley. Now, the good thing is, the only way that we're not seeing, well, we're going to see a triple threat in the Gold League is if Rhea wins via countout. Then we have 3 stars on 11 points, and that's just insane. But, as it stands, we are going to be moving forward to the Teal League for the final match of the evening. Lyra Valkyria versus Roxanne Perez. It's going to be an epic one, because essentially it means nothing to Roxanne this match. She gets to play upset, as did Kurt Angle for 2 matches this week. But Roxanne, with victory, causes some havoc in the Teal League. As we ready ourselves for an epic battle. As Roxanne takes on Lyra Valkyria here. This should be a great matchup here for you guys. So, let's get ready. Strap in for the main event. Who will take the nice big victory here between 2 top tier talent? We're about to find out as we get going. Let's get ampy and get excited as the prodigy's here.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Laredo, Texas, Roxanne Perez.
Simply put, tonight, Roxanne just looking to get off 3 points. The chance to get to 6 finish ahead of Julia in the standings. That's really it for her. She can play upset though, as Lyra really does need the victory to qualify. A win, and Lyra's into the showdown. A loss, her chances aren't cut short, but it would lock in Io Sky. But woo! 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 Let's get into it. Valkyria here to put on a show.
And her opponent from Dublin, Ireland, Lyra Valkyria.
The champion slayer of this tournament, taking down both the television and undisputed women's champ. Woo! 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 Valkyria tonight looks to put an exclamation point on her road to the showdown by locking third seed, by shutting out Natalya from being in the top 3, keeping the television champion in a difficult position. As we get to talk about stakes now. The way it sits, Lyra wins, she goes up to 13. She keeps Io Sky out of qualification. A count out victory for Lyra. I have to mention it because it's happened already twice tonight. A count out victory would tie her on points with Io Sky. The result of that battle, when we saw it, was a Io Sky victory, night 1 of the tournament. And yeah, let's be honest, since then it's been a weird tournament for both of those women, but as it stands, that would be insane. Io would obviously win the tie-breaking position. However, tomorrow night, Natalya battles Julia in her final match. And that does some insane things as well. If Natalya fails to win, obviously she'll be eliminated. And we will have basically Io Sky and Lyra at the tournament guaranteed. A win for Natalya, and she goes already into a tiebreaker situation with Io, where she owns the tiebreaker. Obviously, the count-out victory, if it happens in this match, we will have a triple threat match. Because Lyra beat Natalya, Natalya beat Io, and Io beat Lyra. There's no breaking that up. We're guaranteed a triple threat if that's to happen. But, yeah, we have to kind of be prepped for all situations. And tomorrow's going to be nuts. Hopefully starting earlier in terms of the stream, we'll be able to break it all down for you piece by piece. And hopefully bring a bit more energy. Because this week's been a bit more subdued, I know. I've kind of had to keep it that way, as my throat's finally dying after doing this for 3 consecutive weeks of action. But these 3 weeks have just flown by as Roxy lines up Lyra up and over with Pop Rocks. Connects with the pin. 1, 2, and a kick out. The near fall. So close to shutting down Lyra. The crowd behind this match as well. We know what's at stake really here for both these women is the wheelbarrow slam out from Roxanne as she's lined up Lyra for something here. Combination of strikes through into a neck breaker. The follow-up shot can't come through. Lyra catches her. DDT through from Valkyria. And the birds are let loose here in this matchup. Roxanne takes the back. Can't connect. Now Lyra, her own taking to the back. And this time a backdrop driver brings down Roxanne. As Lyra now again takes the back. Side Russian leg sweep. Rolls over into a flurry of punches as well. Valkyria is really starting to get nasty. Chop still knee out. The vicious side of Valkyria we kind of want is the gut wrench. Up and over. Roxanne out. The super kick. Keeps her alive and then a drop kick. Puts down Valkyria. The birds aren't flying yet. They've been stopped as Roxanne showing up and over. Landing effortlessly across the stomach of Valkyria. And now hooks are up, crossface applied. You see the pain on the face of Lyra. There's a rope break called. I'm intrigued to see how close to the ropes Valkyria actually was there. But our referee, Kevin, a good eye, spots the foot in the rope, calls the break. But Lyra, she's really been subdued. A grounded bird is not a good thing. And Roxanne has done a good job here tonight in keeping down Valkyria. Certainly mounting on the pressure. As Roxanne tries to come flying through, cannot do so instead. Now, neckbreaker gonna come through. No, it's broken. Lyra turns it around into her own. Fired up is Valkyria as the birds are going to be let loose. The arm wrench, but it's a punch through from Roxanne. Reversing the efforts of Lyra Valkyria here. Swings her around. The big time knee as well. Roxanne. I see count out, but gonna stop that from happening. Now heads up top. Referee urging her to come back into the ring. In the high rent district, comes flying through crossbody. Connects in the pinfall attempt. As Lyra in trouble. A 2 count. And forced into action. Gets back to a vertical base as well. Hooks up Roxanne. Up into the powerbomb position. And brings her crumbling down. The big boot misses as Roxanne ducks a shot. Now, finally gets that neck breaker that she was after. And the birds have been kind of quiet here in this one as Roxy again up and over. Just connecting with ease. The pinfall attempt, the pressure is so much. But Lyra staying alive with that big kick out. That big kick out might not be enough. As Roxy might have been thinking Pop Rocks, can't get it. Instead now, hooked up. Lyra trying to sneak kick the roll up here. One. No. Nearly. Roxanne, the kick. She's going over. Pop Rocks. Is she too near the ropes? It won't matter. The counts come through and the pin happens. And nothing is clear yet in this Teal League. One thing's for sure though is Io Sky's qualified now. One spot remains in the Teal League. Will it be Natalya or will it be Lyra? It's as simple as it gets in terms of qualification. Because, like it or not, If Natalya wins, then, well, Lyra goes home and the title killer can't continue. Like it or not. Now, the big thing is a count-out victory for Natalya's opponent tomorrow. Well, if Julia wins by count-out, tiebreaker rules come into play. Natalya's eliminated. A normal loss for Natalya also would eliminate her. Julia needs to be on her A game to put an end to Natalya basically tomorrow. Because Roxanne did it tonight. The upsets could keep coming here in our final week.
Here is your winner, Roxanne Perez.
But to see those upsets, we do not have to wait that long. Because the opening bout for tomorrow's show, it's what we were all wanting to see. Our final qualifier. Julia battles Natalya in the last match of the Teal League. A win for Natalya and she's in. Anything else and she's gone. Unless it's a count-out victory. From there, the cleaner looking, battling for a chance at the top 3. Actually, second place in the division. He can lock that in if he can beat his Bullet Club adversary. It's the Demon versus the Cleaner in our second bout of the evening. From there, our co-main event. A win for Rhea. And things get crazy as she forces the tiebreaker situation between Vakir and Green to end with a Green qualification. A loss, and she's gone. Both Vakir and Green qualify. It's, regardless, a difficult situation because if by some miracle a count-out victory happens here for Rhea, we get a triple threat match to end out the show. That's going to be epic if it does happen. And finally, one of many main events to come. We're guaranteed another match in this division after this one. But it's Roman Reigns versus Randall Keith Orton in the Pink League. Basically, the loser of this match, they're in a triple threat one with Will Ospreay. Actually, they're in a tiebreaker situation with Will Ospreay. No match needed, to be fair. The only division that will have a match is the Green League. If Omega can... Well, we've got it guaranteed. It's a triple threat match between Rollins, Styles, and Samoa Joe after this one. There's no tiebreaker match in the Pink League, I should say. I got it wrong. But yes, an epic night of action set to happen in front of us tomorrow. Undetermined tiebreakers are happening. Regardless of what happens, we're gonna see 5 matches at least tomorrow. And I can't wait, because the energy, it's building up in me. I'm excited. I've got my McDonald's cup filled with pure joy to get me through tomorrow night. And yeah, we're going to have fun. Hopefully you enjoyed tonight, though, with some pretty interesting results. It's cleared up a lot in the Showdown qualifiers, but it's still not locked in seeding for a lot of places. That will all come tomorrow. So thank you very much for joining me tonight. Hope you've enjoyed the showdown. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for the final qualification day. It's going to be big, and I'm going to be ready for it. I hope you two are too. See you then.